Welcome, guys, to Indies Nuts. So, as you guys have probably noticed, Victor and I did not get our video up for Before Your Eyes this past weekend. We do have that still coming for you. We've just had a little bit of trouble lining up schedules due to work, and as we've mentioned before, the time difference between Canada and South Korea. So we will get that out to you guys soon, but I thought in the meantime, I'd give you guys a little bit of a filler video here talking about some of the games that I've picked up recently. So as you guys have noticed, I have a modest collection of physical games that I've been collecting over the years. Some of them are games that I've had since I was a kid. Some of them are ones that I pick up. It's pretty much my daily routine to cycle through Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and look for deals for games that I've never had, never played, maybe games that I've heard about. I also take a look for typically for garage sales, but that's obviously not the case right now, as well as a couple of the local video game stores here in the Vancouver area, particularly Willow Video Games. If you guys are in the area, I highly recommend that one. They have some good deals there from time to time. There's another one here in Port Coquitlam, BC, called, I believe, A and B Games. I could be wrong about that one. I'll try to link it in the notes if I can find the business card for it. But I would recommend them. Check out the shops in your areas. Many of these are, locally run. They're dependent on people coming in and picking up games, and so help them out and maybe pick up some retro games of your own. But at any rate, let's jump into a few of the games that I've picked up over the past maybe 2 or 3 weeks here, maybe a little bit longer than that. I just grabbed a few off the shelf that I knew I had recently acquired. So I'll start with one that I know that I recently acquired because I just got it this weekend, which is one I've been searching for a long time, which is Super Mario Land 1 for the Game Boy. Now, you guys might notice that the label is a little bit janky here on this one. It looks like the plastic is peeling off. The picture under it looks fine. It's just that protective seal. So I actually got this one for a fairly good price. Now, keep in mind, all these prices, again, would be Canadian as I live in Canada. But this one was about $10, which is not bad. Typically, you see these online in Canada for 20 to 30, depending on the seller. I've been looking for Mario Land and Mario Land 2 for quite some time. I love the music in this one. I've never actually played these ones. When I was a kid, we weren't allowed to have a Game Boy. My dad didn't think that we should have one because he thought it was kind of a waste of money. And he also didn't want us fighting over it. We couldn't share it like we could the Nintendo or the Super Nintendo. I won a Game Boy Pocket when I was a kid from a contest from Blockbuster, which is dating myself a little bit. I won a red Game Boy in Donkey Kong Land 3, I believe, was the game that came with it. Maybe Donkey Kong Land 1. But I don't own those anymore, sadly. I either traded them or got rid of them when I was a kid. But I've been looking for these for a while. I'm still looking for a decently priced Mario Land 2. Doesn't have to be in great condition, but I'll let you guys know if I find that one. Good game. I beat it the day that I picked it up. Music is great. Like I said, that first world theme, even though I'd never played the game, I really, really enjoyed it. This one takes place in like a desert-like world and one level that is vaguely Chinese. But it's pretty good. A couple levels that are atypical to the Mario series, where you're flying in planes and submarines and stuff like that. The one thing that's weird about this is you don't have fire flowers. Instead, you pick up like a bouncy ball thing. That's really weird because when you throw it, it bounces immediately in front of you and up, which is cool for doing trick shots, but can be a little bit difficult to shoot. I've heard Mario Land 2 is a little bit more traditionally Mario Land, but pretty good game. I recommend it. Pick it up if you get a chance. Another one that I picked up is Donkey Kong Land 2 in this nice bright yellow cartridge. Now, I have not played this one yet. Again, I've played 1 and 3. I actually ordered 3 online recently, but it hasn't come in yet. I'm trying to collect all 3 of them. Again, just looking for them at good prices. I found this one at a used game shop out near my brother-in-law's place. That was pretty good. So if I see more, I'll pick them up. Maybe in the future, I'll let you guys know what I think of them. Always a fan of the Donkey Kong games. So Donkey Kong Land 2. I also really like that Nintendo had that naming convention of using Land for the Game Boy games and then World for the console games. It's pretty cool. I feel like they should bring that one back. They do have that with Super Mario 3D Land on the 3DS, which is an excellent game if you have a 3DS and you've never played it. A couple other games that I picked up here was Star Fox Command. I found this one relatively cheaply. I think it says 12 bucks on the sticker, but I don't believe that's what I paid for it. I think I paid like half of that or something. But I was looking for this one for a while. I have not played this one yet, so I can't tell you guys how it plays, but I'm a fan of the Star Fox games, even the bad ones, like the one on the Wii U that's generally not well regarded. It's still pretty fun if you play it co-op. So I got to check this one out. I haven't gotten around to playing it. I'm still playing through a couple other things, but yeah, Star Fox Command. This one plays like a traditional, like Star Fox 64 style game, but I've heard mixed reviews on it, so I'm not sure what to expect going into that one. But good to add it to the collection. Now, this one I have not played, but I have played the game it's based off of, which is Kirby Superstar Ultra. I've played Kirby Superstar on the Super Nintendo, which is the game that's like a collection of several Kirby games. Now, I'm typically not a big Kirby fan. I think they're a little bit too easy, a little bit boring at times, but I don't know what it is, but Kirby Superstar just hit all the right notes. It was fantastic, and I really thought that this one might be good. So I found this one on Craigslist. I think I paid $8 for it, something like that, which is actually pretty good because if you guys know anything about the collecting market these days, DS games are skyrocketing in price. I think that window of people who are old enough to have disposable income and old enough to be nostalgic, but young enough that they don't have a lot of responsibilities with like family and student loans and things like that, you can see as that window shifts across the gaming landscape, and DS is smack dab in the middle of that right now. So if you have a DS game that you enjoyed and you want to play, find it now because those prices are only going to go up. So I was lucky to find that one on Craigslist. I could pick up. Next one I have here is not a game, it's just a case. I do own the game on PC, and I do own another copy on the shelf there, I think also for PlayStation 3, but is Sleeping Dogs. Now, Sleeping Dogs, I picked up this case just because it's like the collector's case. Normally, I'm not a collector's case person. I don't really care about that kind of thing as long as I have the game. But I do really love the artwork for this game. This one is going to be displayed. You guys will see it behind me in future videos. But if you have not played Sleeping Dogs, you are missing out because it is one of the best open world games that you can play. I actually don't like games in this vein typically. This is more in the vein of like a GTA kind of game. I normally hate that style of game. I don't like the GTA games. I don't think they're good. I think they control poorly. I know that that's not a popular opinion, as GTA is one of the best-selling franchises and makes like $1 million every month, or like millions of dollars every month and stuff like that. So I know I'm in the minority with that opinion. I just, it's not for me. I don't like the controls. There's too much to do. I prefer a more focused storyline. But Sleeping Dogs, I don't know what it is about it, but it's a great game. If you're unfamiliar with it, this one takes place in Hong Kong. You are playing as an undercover cop who is trying to break up basically the triads in that area. And the thing that sets it apart from GTA is that there are no guns. Everything is kind of hand-to-hand combat. There are guns that you can pick up if you're like beating up a dude and you grab his gun, but it's more, think like The Raid or something like that, where you're just a cop using martial arts to get your way through the city. Really fun game, really cool mechanics where when you're in cars, you can jump over to other cars. You can use your weapons in various spots to like grab other things off the wall. Like I remember at one part you can like grab air conditioners and hit people with them or kick them off buildings or stuff like that. Really good game. If you have not played Sleeping Dogs, please do it. Unfortunately, the studio that made Sleeping Dogs, which I am blanking on, and unfortunately the case does not have that information on it, I believe they went bankrupt. So you're not going to get a chance to play Sleeping Dogs 2 unless another studio picks it up, which I hope happens. But excellent game. Check it out. Sleeping Dogs. A couple other ones here very quickly. Dragon Quest 11. Now, this is the base version. I picked it up on PlayStation. I'm trying to collect a decent number of PlayStation 4 games. I have a good little collection here. Maybe you guys can see if I angle this up. This top row of the shelf back here. Let me see if I can get my hand right there. That's mostly PS4 games, as you can probably tell there. I think I have a collection of about 25 or 30 physical ones, plus a few more digital ones. I prefer to have the physical ones if at all possible. Sorry, I messed up my whole camera setup here. Um, it's not too. This game is very good. I did not play the PlayStation one, so I don't know how good the base version is. I have only played the kind of upgraded version that they re-released on. I played it on Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass on my PC, but it was a fun game. I've been trying to play through the Dragon Quest games this year, so normally I give myself a series and I try to play through all of the games in that series. I've done Donkey Kong with my brother, all the main ones, not any of the small ones. As I told you, I hadn't played through that one yet, but all the Donkey Kong Country games I have played through. I've played through all the Final Fantasies last year. I'm playing all the ones that I missed, and now I'm trying to go through Dragon Quest. So I beat 1, I beat 11, and now I'm going through Dragon Quest 2. I'm nearing the end of Dragon Quest 2 right now. Not a bad game. It is very traditionally JRPG. If you are not a straight up JRPG fan, this is as traditional JRPG as it gets. It is grindy, it is slow paced, it has a lot of just simple battle menus. If you've played one Dragon Quest, you've played all of them. It is what it is through and through, but man, it was a really enjoyable game. I didn't do everything. There's kind of like 3 arcs in the story, or 2 or 3 big arcs in the story, and then you beat the game, and then there's another arc after that. I have not done that other arc yet. I switched computers during that time, and I haven't transferred over my save file yet. I probably will, hopefully, before it goes off of Game Pass. But excellent game. A lot of twists and turns in the story. Really, really fun. Sylvando, one of the characters in this game, one of my favorite RPG characters of all time. Just a really great character, really fun world. Check it out, Dragon Quest XI. If you have not played any of the Dragon Quest games and you have a lot of time to burn, it is a good entry to the series, I would say. So, granted, I only have a couple of the games under my belt, but I recommend it. If you're a traditional classic JRPG fan, you'll like it. The next one I picked up was also just for the case, which was Bioshock Infinite. Now, I own Bioshock Infinite on my computer. I played through it back in the day. I know this game gets a lot of bad reviews and things like that. People seem to view this game fairly negatively. I really enjoyed Bioshock Infinite when I played it. I liked the world of Columbia. I like the setting. I think the game drags a little bit. It's definitely not without its flaws, and it definitely wasn't exactly what they had pitched. I felt like the game should have been probably about a quarter shorter than it was. But I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the world. I really enjoyed the music, the art style of it. It was pretty cool. I liked it better than I liked Bioshock 2, which I've never beaten. So if you've played through Bioshock 2, I've played it, but I never finished it. If it's worth finishing, let me know. I'll jump back into it. I have it on my 360. But this one I got on the PlayStation just because it was what was there and available. I probably should have gotten the Xbox one. I probably will, to be honest, in the future if I find it cheap. I got this one for $2, so $2 Canadian, like I said. So pretty easy buy on that one. Now, if you'll notice, the cover doesn't look like a traditional cover for Bioshock. That is because the Bioshock games have dual covers. If you flip it, this is the original one, which is fairly standard generic game cover, hero with a gun and whatnot. But if you flip it around in your box, it does have a alternate cover. There are a lot of games that have that. Maybe in the future, if we need another one of these little side stop videos that we do, maybe I'll go through my collection and show you some of the really cool alternate cover art on some of the games that you have that you may not have noticed. But I just really like the way this one looked. I'm also going to have this one displayed on my bookshelf so that you can see it when you come in. I just think it has this really cool, let me see if I can get this, sorry for the reflection here on it, but like a really cool, beautiful little, almost old newspaper-esque, or like old theater cover-esque type of style to it. I thought was really beautiful when I saw it on the shelf, so picked it up. 2 more games that I picked up, and then we'll wrap it up. Both of these I got for about $10. One is Onimusha 2. Now, I played Onimusha 1 back in the day on PlayStation. I don't own the PlayStation version of Onimusha 1. I'm still looking for that one. It's a little bit harder to come by, I guess, or just haven't had the luck to find it at a decent price. But I played the remake of it on the Switch, and it was excellent. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely a product of its time. You can tell it's an early PlayStation 2 game, but it was enjoyable. It was a lot of fun, really cool story. I like the idea of this kind of samurai feel to it and being able to kill enemies and absorb their souls to upgrade yourself. Really good game. Not as good as Genji Dawn of the Samurai. I don't think I've mentioned that in any of these videos, but if you've ever stumbled across the PlayStation 2 game Genji Dawn of the Samurai, which is also a PlayStation 2 game, it is excellent and takes everything that Onimusha did right and, in my opinion, elevates it. Excellent game. It has a really cool time stop mechanic. Maybe we'll do a video on that. Let me know what you think, guys. I know none of these are really indie games, but if you want me to talk about non-indie games that's like kind of an aside in any of these videos, please let me know. I'm happy to do that. But I picked up Onimusha 2 and 3 because I wanted to continue it since I did play that first one. Onimusha 2, I played about 2 hours in. I'm not a fan. The big thing is that Onimusha 2, for whatever reason, they got rid of the controls from the first one. The first one just uses free range using your joystick like you would in a normal 3D game, like any other game since then. Onimusha 2 decided to go back to tank controls, which is this game is from Capcom, and that's what they used for Resident Evil for years. It's a bad control scheme. For me, tank controls are an instant game killer. I hate tank controls. I think they are garbage. They're a relic of a time when we didn't know how to control in 3D, and this game came out well past that time. There is no excuse for it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe there are people in the comments that can tell me how much they love tank controls. But if I play a game with tank controls, unless that game is stellar, I'm not going to play it. In the little bit that I played in the beginning, the tank controls turned me off. The voice acting that was a little bit on the annoying side. Not a game killer, not a deal breaker, but just enough. And also, what I didn't like about this game was that it just was throwing enemy after enemy after enemy at you, which is fine, but the fighting of them wasn't fun. I have no problem killing a lot of enemies or difficult enemies if it's fun, but at least in the beginning of the game, when they were throwing enemies at me, it just felt like these easy, might as well have been just targets on a wall bad guys. And there were just way too many of them. And again, if I could just run past them, if the controls were better, maybe I would check it out. I believe they do the tank controls because of the way they do the aiming with the bow and arrow in this game, but they should have picked something else. It was bad. So I do not recommend this game. My buddy Ian loves this game. He says that it's great. He loves the whole Onimusha series. He said that this one is one of the weaker ones in the series, but he still likes it. I'm not going to play it. It's just going to be in the collection. I kind of regret buying this one, to be perfectly honest. But that's Onimusha 2. I have not played Onimusha 3. I hear the controls are better, and I hear that this is a much better game than Onimusha 2. So I am looking forward to playing this one. I will probably play this one in the future, near future here. I got to watch kind of either a Let's Play or a story summary of what happens in 2, and then I will jump into 3 in case there's anything that's important. I don't know how much the stories connect in the games, but also got this one for $10. I've heard good things about Onimusha 3. We'll see how it plays. I'll give you guys an update maybe in the future if anyone cares. But those are just some of the things that I've picked up recently. I also picked up Mortal Kombat 9, but I got that one digitally on Steam after watching the new Mortal Kombat movie, which in my opinion was excellent. I really enjoyed it. I think you should check it out. If you love action movies, if you love just really cool fight scenes and things like that, it did not disappoint. I know it's gotten kind of mixed reviews. I don't understand it. In my opinion, it was a hit. I loved it. So I picked up that game as well. Probably going to start that one relatively soon here as well. So that's it, guys. That's all I've got for you right now. Again, Victor and I will get our next video out to you as soon as possible. We have plans to hopefully record tomorrow, but it's just been a nightmare lining up our schedule. So thank you guys so much for being patient. We do have that one on the horizon. I also have a review coming up for you guys of the game Rain on Your Parade coming up as well. That may or may not come out before the Before Your Eyes video. We'll see, because that one was just me playing. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe and all that stuff if you haven't done it yet. Thank you guys for supporting Indies Nuts, and I will see you next time, hopefully with Victor in the near future, guys. Take care. Bye.